Okay, so a while ago I posted some of these polls for you guys to react to. Now the main three we're going to cover in this video are Naruto versus Luffy, Luffy versus Kaido, and Ichigo versus the One Piece verse. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, smash like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you want me doing more matchups, let me know, leave them in the comments, all that. And yeah, let's go. So the first matchup we have is Luffy versus Kaido. Now this poll wasn't close really at all. The majority of you guys think Luffy Egghead would beat Kaido. Now that the Egghead anime has gone further and I'm able to see Luffy's feats and statements, I personally think Kaido would still win in a 1v1. The reason why I think this is because in Wano we see Kaido run rounds with pretty much everyone there. He fights the 9 Scabbards, he gets scarred by Zoro, he fights Law and Kid, he gets damaged by Law internally, he fights multiple rounds with Luffy in Gear 4, Gear 5 and base form, and my girl Yamato also does some damage in there. Majority of them aren't really able to make a dent in Kaido whatsoever until Luffy goes Gear 5, and even then he still nearly loses in that form. Basically what I'm trying to say is that Luffy would definitely put up a fight against a full powered Kaido, but it just took too much damage to even put a dent in him, and I personally don't see Egghead Luffy dealing that amount of damage with Gear 5, especially with his stamina issues. So the next poll we're going to cover is Ichigo versus the One Piece verse. Now this one was actually very closely voted by you guys, nearly a 50-50 to be honest, but to me this fight isn't even close. Now in my opinion, people like to downplay Bleach a lot, and I'll explain why I think Ichigo mops the floor with the entire verse without even trying. As shown by Kenpachi, you must scale to your opponent's spiritual pressure in order to be able to damage them. We see this consistently through the series, and then Yuha is able to affect the 3 realms which are universes in size. This makes Yuha low multiversal as he's able to affect them, he has statements being able to destroy them, and we basically see the realms being affected by his spiritual pressure. We then have Horn of Salvation Ichigo going relative with that same Yuha, and Ichigo is able to damage him, making Ichigo low multiversal as well. Now for One Piece scaling, I don't believe many characters get to Star, and I don't think they get to Solar or Uni or anything like that, so I personally think Ichigo would absolutely dog walk the entire verse, but I can see a few characters scaling to Star like Luffy, Shanks, Kaido maybe. Majority of the top tiers are around that planetary to Star level in my opinion. But yeah, I personally don't see what a bunch of star level characters are going to be able to do against a low multiversal level threat. But hey, that's just my opinion. I think Ichigo would annihilate the entire verse. And the final take we have is Luffy versus Naruto. Now, I saved this one for last because it is the most controversial, but it's also the closest in my opinion. Scaling I have for Naruto and Luffy are relatively the same. I have Naruto at planetary to star, and I have Luffy around the same tier. But I do think Naruto has more hacks. The main reason why I say this is a fight is because I think Luffy is stronger in terms of physical stats, but I do think Naruto is a bit more intelligent and has more hacks than Luffy in this scenario. What I mean by that is people love to glaze Luffy's Toon Force and stuff like that. Yes, he has Toon Force, but not to the level you guys are making it out to be. Luffy is not just grabbing a Rasen Shuriken and using it as a Beyblade or anything like that, because on contact, these attacks deal damage to the cells. I personally see Luffy winning this only because of his speed and strength advantage, but I think he would win 6 times out of 10. I don't think it's impossible for Naruto to win. I see multiple scenarios where Naruto would win and stuff like that, but I do think it's a close fight. I don't think one of them mops the floor with the other. So yeah, that was my video basically explaining my views on these 3 polls. If you have any suggestions with matchups from like One Piece, Bleach or Naruto or anything like that, any of the big 3, please leave it in the comments and I will make a video about them. If you want me to do a gauntlet, something like that, anything along those lines, please do leave it in the comments. I'd make a video about it and I would love to do it. See you guys in the next one.